Okay, I'm sorry that I'm not there today, but hopefully this will help better clarify this before you take your quiz. So if we look at number 1, this is the distributive property. So it's going to be negative 2 times 3x, which is negative 6x, and then we have negative 2 times negative 15. Please notice that this is a double negative. So a negative times a negative is a positive, and 2 times 15 is 30. So negative 6x plus 30 is your answer. Please make sure you're writing your answers on the answer key over here on both the review and the quiz. All right, the next one, we first need to use the distributive property in the top. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times negative 8x is negative 16x. And we're still going to divide by 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. And negative 16x divided by 4 is negative 4x. So 3 minus 4x. And next we have 2 times 3x squared is 6x squared. 2 times 5x is positive 10x. And 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So our answer is 6x squared plus 10x minus 2. Remember that if you're getting it wrong, don't just mark it wrong. I want you to go through and figure out your mistakes and fix it on this paper. For lesson 5, these are writing each expression in the simplest form. So we need to do the distributive property first. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 6 is negative 24, and we still have the plus 6. Now we need to combine like terms. Our like terms are right here. So we have 4x, and then I have negative 24 and positive 6. Remember that you're looking at whatever sign is in front of the number to determine if it's positive or negative. So negative 24 and positive 6 makes negative 18. So 4x minus 18. For number 5, this one is asking you to actually distribute that negative 1 here. So we have the 15x minus 6. We don't do anything with that yet. But I have negative 1 times 7x makes negative 7x. And I have negative 1 times 9, which is negative 9. So essentially, all we really did was change the sign of everything in that second set of numbers. Now we combine like terms. So 15x minus 7x is 8x. And negative 6 and negative 9 is negative 15. So 8x minus 15. On number 6, we first need to divide the first expression. So 8x divided by 2 is 4x, and negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2, and we still have a negative 5. We need to combine like terms, so we still have our 4x, but now negative 2 and negative 5 makes negative 7. So 4x minus 7. Remember, if there's some of these that are still confusing, to stop, rewind, rewatch, see if that helps you. There are 2 ways that you can factor this expression. So think about what we just did in the last section. Can I divide both of these by the same number? Well, the greatest common factor in both of them is 5. So we could take a 5 out, and negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2, and negative 15x divided by 5 is negative 3x. That's one way to do it. So 5 times negative 2 minus 3x. However, the actual proper way to do this one, so if I had negative 10 minus, wow, that helps if I, it if I erase things correctly. And now it's not going to let me erase that. Awesome. So negative 10 minus 15x. So if I divide by a negative 5, because they both have a negative 5 in them, then I have negative 5 is positive 2 and positive 3x. So the other way to do this one would be positive 2, positive 3x. The actual correct answer would be this one, but for this quiz I will accept either one. I'm assuming lesson 6 is going to be the hardest for most of you because you're manipulating numbers differently than you've ever done before. So we're looking at 2x plus 5 and how can I make this equal to 6x plus 15? So we look at how do I get from 2x to 6x? Well, I divide by 3. Because isn't it true that 6x divided by 3 is 2x and 15 divided by 3 is 5? But what I know up here is that 6x plus 15 is 9. So this is the same thing as 9 divided by 3. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay, next one. How do I get this equal to 6x plus 15? Well, I take 6x plus 15 and I subtract 5 from it. Because I don't want to take anything off the 6x, I just need to take it off of the other number. So, we know that 6x plus 15 is 9, and now we are just subtracting 5 from it. So, it equals 4. And finally, how do I get 6x plus 15? So, for number 10, on the left-hand side, this time it's larger. So to get from 12x to 6x, I need to multiply. So, 9 times 2, so it equals 18. I know that this is really hard to wrap your mind around, but do your best to try to manipulate it. It's not always easy, but I'm pretty sure that if you just stop and take it step by step, you'll be able to figure it out. Good luck.